Testing, check, check. One, two, three. One, two, three, check. Welcome to Real Narrative. Where it's okay to be curious, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and drop your comments. I do have some noise in my surrounding, but I have to make use of what we have. So the topic here today is: Did the world move away from Usain Bolt? Did athletics move away from Usain Bolt? Very interesting topic because Usain Bolt being the three times. So it's a triple. Usain Bolt won the Olympics three times in the 100, 200, and the 4x1. We saw where the president, the World Athletics President Sebastian Coe is saying that the world had moved on from Usain Bolt. And is that exactly how the world is feeling, or is that the message that we got is that how we should be feeling? Is that how we're feeling, or is that how we should be feeling? Sebastian Coe said that with the emergence of so many superstars from the Paris Olympics in various events, like in the 4x4 mixed relay, we saw a world record in that one. It supposedly was one of those exciting races. We saw Sydney McCatlin running an excellent race and setting another world record in that 400-meter hurdles for women. We saw exciting 100-meter between Noah Lyles and, well, 100-meter from men. Did the world move on from Usain Bolt, or is it how we should feel? Is this how the world wants us to feel? Are they saying that we should move on, or is it that the world move on? I do believe that the world didn't move on, not yet, but this is signaling some kind of intent. Because if you remember in the Paris Olympics, we haven't seen Usain Bolt advertising not even once. And in the Tokyo, Usain Bolt even had a mini movie advertising for the Olympics. This time around, you saw where Usain Bolt was non-existent. You'd have seen him popped up on a few vlogs here and there, but nothing to speak about. I have some background noise. Really sorry about that. Now, Sebastian Coe is saying that Usain Bolt is no longer. We have to move away from Usain Bolt. How do you guys feel? Do you believe that we should move away, or will the legend of Usain Bolt die a slow death? Whenever we move away, then the world would have known that we moved away. What is the message that is being sent here going forward? Will there be a relevance? Will Usain Bolt be pushed aside, or is he already being pushed aside? Another big news out of the Paris Olympic Games, which probably is the biggest one. The Western media hail Olympics while Russia scorns shameful games. No, with the world having a lot of religions, secular religions, and then you have spiritual things. There are some religions that have nothing to do with spirituality, but then you have some that is all about spirituality. The Paris Olympic Games won mostly rave review from Western media after it closed on Sunday, while in Russia, whose team was excluded because its war in Ukraine scoffed at the games. You can see the political climate that surrounds the Olympics. That's why I kept saying that the Olympic Games, especially even more than the World Championship, it's no different from war. They refuse to allow the ones they don't like, and they allow the ones that they like, even if the talent is there. Russia did not get to participate. China participated at a high level, almost beating the US to the Olympic title. Getting the most gold medal would give you the title of in the Olympics. Now, Russia had their criticism directed at the Olympics in Paris. A lot of people, just from looking from the outside in, and just from the energy that came out of Paris, they are saying that it was a shameful Olympics. It was sad. It was depressing. The athletes were salt. All kind of different terminologies was directed at the Olympics. Now, Los Angeles Times Sports said that we have they took something great and made it even greater. They took greatness and it made it even greater. They are calling the Paris Olympics greatness, and it became even greater. So whatever Olympics was to begin with was great to begin with, but Paris took that and made it even greater. For some people, this is not greatness. It was sad and pitiful because the Russian news tabloid, they're saying that Paris Olympic Games weren't flawless. They were saying that it's unclear who sabotaged the highway, the high speed train is there. It could be inside job. There are always speculation there, and they are saying that the world, Pa- um, Paris, Paris happened to upset the entire world with their religious belief and how they mock the the Last Supper. For some people in the world, you realize that the world has moved away from believing in religion altogether. So with this one, you'll find a lot of people don't even caring that the Last Supper was mocked. Some people thinking that mocking God is an issue. Some people go as far as believing that the Jamaicans, they were in the middle of what was considered to be a ritual, and therefore it didn't work out for us because you know there's always something to be said. But with Usain Bolt being the face of a generation, causing a lot of people to fall in love with athletics, with the president coming out and saying that we moved away, I believe that they're asking us to start to consider moving away from Usain Bolt and give others a try. Because if you look at the accomplishment of Usain Bolt in 3 Olympics, undefeated, winning the 100 meter 3 times, back to back Olympics, the 4x1, back to back Olympics, the 200-meter, back to back Olympics. This is legendary. No athletes had ever done this before. And in women, Elaine Thompson did it as well. Elaine Thompson never got her praises for it, but as I said, with Usain Bolt, it's unprecedented. But now they're asking to move away from it because we have seen other athletes who did good at the Olympics, not great, good. And I think they're just asking the world to give others a chance. I don't think Usain Bolt actually lost his spot as the best Olympian, or I don't think his generation or his era has came to an end. But if the world said it came to an end, I do believe it came to an end. Yes, so I do believe that would have been for a lot of people. They don't believe that an athlete who didn't complete a double, who didn't get a double at the Olympics, would have been able to take the reins from Usain Bolt. If you had competed in 2 events and you didn't win both, it means that you are not a superstar at the level of a Usain Bolt. You haven't broken a world record on the world stage or at the Olympics. It meant that you did not surpass Usain Bolt. Therefore, the world is asking us to start looking at others, and I believe that going forward, going into 2028, there are so many things that will be asked of the public. Please ignore what is in front of you and look at this. This is the truth. That's not real. Because again, with Usain Bolt, they will ask us to just let that era slide. Nobody's gonna break that. Nobody's gonna surpass him. No, let's focus on something different going forward. You'll find that people are asking the Jamaican public, the Jamaican team, to start working, start putting more effort into becoming better for 2028. But from what I've seen in Paris, I don't believe that they really care about winning fairly. They just want to win. So Jamaica will probably have a difficult time going forward because if you are a world power, one of those greats, one of the world best, if you had to compete with one of the world little islands like Jamaica, you will always get the result that you need. If there was a decision to be split between 2 countries, so I don't see Jamaica getting a favorable decision at all because it doesn't have any leverage. They are world, they are leverage on a world scale for the US. Jamaica just can't compete on the same level. But we saw from this Olympic that Jamaica will not be able to. So we saw in this Olympic that they are willing to play unfair. They're not willing to. They will take a medal even if they don't win it. That's what I saw in this one. So going forward, I believe that the world and Jamaica as well should be looking, should understand that it's no longer a level playing field. You have to win outright, win big, because with all of the different things, because again, what Russia was saying, it came down. Let Russia went as far as to say that Russia went as far as to say that this Olympics was the most shameful and probably one of the most corrupt because there were all right, one. They were vomiting athletes, champions with male chromosomes in women's boxing, and worm in food. Worm in food. A lot of things came from this that was so pitiful. It seems like they were willing to put the athletes' health at risk just so that they could make them uncomfortable and throw them off their games. Is that true? Who knows? No, the reality won't come out. There was a time when we heard that there was a blackout in Paris. There was a blackout around the environment where the games were. Who knows how uncomfortable the situation was for the athletes? Nobody really know. So this the takeaway from this Olympics is that they will do anything to make athletes uncomfortable so that they can win. Now, with Los Angeles 2028 coming in, we saw in Paris, Russia weren't allowed to participate. What will happen going into Paris? There are athletes who are countries that may not be able to participate. The Olympics may not be as glamorous as it once was or once were going forward. And Russia, the only paper to highlight that from the Guardian, the British Guardian, the Guardian of British hailed the game's message, which is said was the importance of protecting the spirit of the games in an uncertain world riven with conflict. They were praising this game as a success, and this is example that the winner of war write their own story. The New York Times said the New York Times was generous in its praise of the sporting extravaganza, saying it lifted France from a gloom brought by political crisis. Many are reluctant to let go of magic of the adrenaline-fueled excitement of the party-free of political debate, of the party-free of political debate, of sense of time. There's so much that they were doing to make Paris look like it was a success, but from the outside looking in, it seems like it was not successful. It looked like it was less than successful, to be very honest with you. But again, the winners of war, they write their own story. In this Olympic, Russia was the only one saying that it was a shameful Olympics, scarred, talking about worm in food. How do you get worm in food at a prestigious event like the Olympics with millions on top of millions of dollars in the food budget? How do you get worm in food? You have athletes swimming in water that was polluted to the point where when they ingested the water, they were vomiting. This Olympics was riddled or rift with controversies and lots of problems. But look at the story that they wrote at the end. It was a success. Noah Lyles getting COVID at the Olympics and it lasted a day or two before he started partying like a rock star in Paris. And they continued to promote him as the greatest athlete since. And then we saw where Usain Bolt is demoted from being the athlete of the generation to athletics moving away from Usain Bolt. I don't believe athletics had moved away from Usain Bolt, but they're asking us to move away from Usain Bolt. That's pretty much what is happening here. They're saying that take a look at somebody else. These athletes, these are very good athletes, competent athletes who they went to Paris and they shone. Now, if you look at, for example, Gabby Thomas, 3 gold medals, one in the 200 meter, one in the 4x1, and one in the 4x1 and one in the 4x4. So Gabby, with those medals, another superstar is born there. You'll see various athletes. They get those. They probably not. They haven't gotten the accolades, but they're asking people to just move away from the athletes who are traditionally the ones who the world is looking to. Yeah. So with that, I'm gonna make this a quick one. I'll wrap it up here. But everybody will stop by. Appreciate you all. I'm Right Narrative. Like and share. Subscribe.